What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing my first impressions of the Galaxy S23 Ultra here. It was supposed to come on the 17th, but I guess it came early, so that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get this guy out. Have a lot of comparisons to do, a lot of stuff to talk about with this phone. So I'm really excited about that. Be sure to drop what you want to see about this phone. How do you guys feel about the new box design here? So here's the S22 Ultra. How do you guys feel about this new box? You guys like the old one or this new one? I kind of don't know. I don't know. It just kind of looks weird, the new box. But let's go ahead and get this out. As we know, it's the same old. No charger in the box. Basically you get a cable. SIM ejector tool, USB-C cable. That's pretty much it. Alright, here we have the phone. I went with the white or cream color and it looks really good so far. Last year I got the black one, so I want to switch it up. And wow, immediately, like off rip, this is way more boxier than the S22 Ultra. Or it's more boxier on the sides, like it feels more square. I don't know, this like, it feels even, a lot of people are saying that this was more comfortable to hold, but I don't know, it feels like it's super boxy now. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about this. And again, I have to give it some time. But this feels even more boxy and sharp. To me, it feels like it just like it really cuts into the palm now. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that one, but super boxy. Nothing has really changed with the design, as we can see here. I think the cameras look a little bit bigger, and but you can see it's essentially the same design as the S22 Ultra, and immediately I can tell that the edge of the screen, or the edges are not as aggressive, or the curve not as aggressive, which is really nice. So it looks like they dialed it back just a little bit, so that's pretty nice. Alright guys, we are all set up here, and yeah, so after just playing around with the phone a little bit, the design on here, so I get why they made it a little bit more boxy here. And it is definitely a little bit easier to hold. Like, it's compared to the S22 Ultra, it's harder for this phone to like slip out the hand and you drop and stuff like that, because it is more squared off. But definitely it feels sharper, and it feels like it cuts into the hand even more. So if you have smaller hands, this phone might be a little bit uncomfortable for you. As far as the screen, what I really like what they did with the screen so far on here. So basically the same screen from the S22 Ultra, but it's not as curved as the S22 Ultra as well. So that's something that I really like, or the look of it is not as curved. And yeah, you can still do the side swipes very easily. But with this, it should be easier to put on, screen protectors and stuff like that. Because I think that's like one of the main complaints I get from people on the channel. With curved screens, they don't like either the look or applying screen protectors. So this should be a little bit easier. But as far as the display specs, it's still dynamic AMOLED display. It's still 1440p for the resolution. It's still 500 for the PPI as well too. And it's still 120 hertz HDR10 plus. Still a beautiful display, still a top tier display. It's 1750 nits peak brightness. So I thought they were gonna do a 2000 nits brightness display, but again, here it's super bright outdoors, so it's really no problem there. Just a beautiful display. Like I said, this phone is like kind of about fine tuning, I guess. So Samsung's really sort of paying attention to details with this phone. I could tell just with the slight curved display, just kind of fixing that, and then you have the phone is a little bit easier to hold, but again, just kind of a little bit uncomfortable, really sharp. But yeah, the details here, and also, like I said, the camera bumps a little bit bigger. You can barely notice, but it is a little bit thicker. as well, and I absolutely love this color as well too. Really nice. You can't see any fingerprints. Of course, it's got a matte finish on here, and of course, this phone is IP68 dust and water resistant. It'd be pretty cool if they made the stylus the same color as the back of the phone as well, but the stylus is still here, it still works really great as well too. Now this phone does have supposedly supposed to have improved speakers, so let's go ahead and find out, see if we can hear a difference. Wow, that's noticeably better off the rip, just without even comparing it to the S22 Ultra yet. Way better speakers on here, so I'm really happy about that. Way, just instantly I could tell the difference. Way fuller, so much bass. Yeah, big upgrade with the speakers. Way fuller, guys. Really happy about that. That was one of my main complaints with the S22 Ultra, the super weak sounding speaker. The top speaker is putting in so much work. It sounds really clear and loud, the top speaker. So yeah, I'm really impressed with the speaker quality, guys. As far as the other additional features here, fingerprint scanner still feels pretty much the same. It's still extremely fast. And all of your software features are on here still. Samsung desktop support, you know, all that good stuff, secure folders, pretty much everything from the S22. Also, guys, so this phone is running Android 13 with the latest One UI 5.1, and we'll do a video about that. But yeah, so here's the Geekbench scores on here. Surprisingly, with this phone, guys, just from like gaming and just taking videos. I went out and took a couple videos, took a couple pictures outside just to get a feel for the phone. And typically with the S22 Ultra, just with the S22 Ultra daily use, it would get warm, especially when taking video and stuff like that. Gaming especially, it would get warm. This phone has not gotten warm yet at all. The way I use I'm more of a light user, so but I'm extremely impressed, because even just doing normal stuff on the S22 Ultra, the phone would get warm. This phone has not gotten warm pretty much at all. It's not noticeable to the touch. So Samsung did improve the cooling system with this phone, and it's pretty impressive. It's just super cool. I just like really amazed with how cool this phone stays compared to the S22 Ultra here. The chip on here is the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor. It is for Galaxy, so it's slightly higher clock speed as well too. Then this version I have here is 512 gigabytes and 12 gigs of RAM as well too. You can see for my settings for Call of Duty, of course. I'll drop a gaming test for you guys, but your gaming experience is going to be pretty awesome on this phone. It's going to do a great job. I believe from the benchmarks that I've seen, and I'll go ahead and rerun them, but this does beat the iPhone in terms of GPU, you know, at least for right now until the new iPhone comes out. But very impressive when it comes to gaming performance on here. It's super fast, super nice to game on. Like, it's really instant. Like I said, we're going to put it to the test and do a full gaming test and see, you know, if all of this is true. But so far, just using the phone speed wise, it's a really fast phone. So really impressed with just the quality of this phone when it comes to speed. Animations, everything looks really nice, especially with the One UI 5. Everything is just really silky smooth on here. Alright guys, let's talk about the cameras on the S23 Ultra. So not a massive upgrade. Basically you have the 200 megapixel standard lens on there that's new, which again, I don't think a lot of people are going to use anyway, but it does do a good job at, if you're taking a picture and you know, like, you might crop in the picture, it does a really good job for that. It takes excellent, highly detailed shots. This phone in general is just great dynamic range shots as well too, just really nice. So the 200 megapixel camera is here, and like I said, it does do exactly as advertised. You can definitely tell the detail, especially coming from an older Galaxy phone. And yeah, so 200 megapixel standard. The 10 megapixel periscope telephoto is still here, 10x optical zoom, and then the 10 megapixel telephoto lens, 3x optical zoom, and then the 12 megapixel ultra wide is here. You also have a new 8K 30 frames on here as well too, which is actually pretty usable. And then you have the 12 megapixel selfie cam on here that shoots in 4K 60. I thought the selfie cam took slightly better photos. It looks like it's just slightly better detail as well too, which is one thing that I noticed here. But yeah, overall image quality, first impressions, really good. The 100 times zoom still here. It still takes crazy zoom shots. I took just outside just a sample, and it just always amazes me. You can just get some really just crazy shots with this phone just from far away. But like I said, I really like the way the selfies coming out. Low light shots look really good. And like I said, I'll do a comparison for you guys, comparing it to older phones. But so far, the cameras are pretty much what you would expect here. Just really good in almost every category, guys. Even the macro mode on here is just really nice as well too. It just takes really good close-up shots as well too, which is something that I really love to do. And also the Expert RAW is now in the Samsung, the Samsung camera application as well too, which is pretty sweet as well. So yeah, you just get an awesome camera experience with this phone. Now obviously with the new chip, we do have from just what I've been hearing, better battery life. That's something that I'm gonna have to have more time with, but same 5,000 milliamp battery on here, 45 watt charging is still on here, and your wireless and reverse wireless charging is still on here. So far this phone has been doing pretty good with battery life, just with my daily use like I always use it. But yeah, so far I really do like the upgrades that they did. I'm not crazy about the phone feeling extra sharp and boxy now. It is easier to hold, so that's one thing I think that's pretty good. The 200 megapixel lens on here is pretty fun, just to take these high resolution shots and zoom in. I think it has one of the best camera systems as far as like just the versatility of just being able to take really good zoom shots. There's really no other phone that's taking these type of high quality shots with such good image processing. As well, the screen on here is beautiful. I think the new chip is probably the best thing about this phone. Super fast, super efficient as well too, and doesn't get as hot as the S23 Ultra, which is something that I really like. So far I'm liking the phone. I'm way more than I thought I would actually. So what do you guys think? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.